Police have cleared 3 people seen in surveillance video near the murder scene of Fox Lake Police Lieutenant Joe Glinowitz. Last week, investigators said they recovered a piece of important evidence, videos showing 3 men matching the vague description of the suspects believed to have killed Glinowitz.
Joining us now with more on the Fox Lake investigation is John O'Malley, the former chief inspector at the U.S. Marshal's Office and now a security analyst. Good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Sure.
Assuming that these guys had a plan or didn't have a plan, it seems strange that absolutely no sign of these guys. When a police officer comes upon them, they shoot back and they're gone, disappeared. No sign on any cameras. Correct. In this age when we have cameras on every light pole. How do you explain that? Does that surprise you?
It does, but again, the area where this incident took place, it seems, is an abandoned area. It's not out in the open on a main thoroughfare on Main Street in Fox Lake. So I think what they're looking for is video of them getting away or in the area prior to when this occurred.
So the vague description of a lot of people are like, how do we not have something a little bit more than right now? But in a situation like this, what are police officers doing if you don't have anything? You don't have any video. What's the next step? Right.
The next step would be, and again, I'm not privy to inside the investigation, but I would imagine that they're doing compliance checks, finding out who's on probation, who's on parole in that area. Is there information that the public has that may lead to, all it takes is one little piece of information to lead to another to try to identify these individuals. The first thing is to try to identify who the offenders are and then try to find them.
Now, they said they found DNA at the scene, but if it doesn't match, they've tested like 50 people, they say, or swabbed 50 people. Correct. But if it doesn't match anyone, you just hang on to that and hope that it...
If there's no DNA match, then right, you're hoping to come across someone later on that potentially could provide a sample and match that with someone. All it does is put someone potentially at the scene. It doesn't necessarily mean they were the offender in the case.
The fact that these people were willing to shoot a police officer in what was an abandoned area, does that tell you something? Anything?
Larry, it's hard to say what their motive was, what he saw that led him to that area to investigate what was going on that led to this incident.
Is it strange that he would pursue them by himself? Is that typical policy, or there's a policy different for a smaller police department?
It's up to the individual officer. I heard that as well, that he's a 30-year veteran. He should have waited for backup. But, officers are going to assess the situation at the time and take action that they deem necessary.
The fact that the FBI is involved, what resource or tactic does that give this task force?
When an incident like this happens, everyone comes together and provides their resources. The FBI is putting up the tip line. They have a system in place that analyzes leads that come in, organizes them, makes sure they're not spending additional amount of time tracking down the same leads. If and when an offender is identified or offenders, the U.S. Marshal Service, our expertise, is the expertise of the agency, to come in and find people who are wanted for violent crime.
How worrisome is it to you, with your experience level, that it's been a while and we haven't gotten these guys? Does that mean, within this, the longer it goes, the harder it becomes? Or have you seen cases like this where they can find these people?
Well, it is a little unusual. We're over a week into it,
yeah.
And there's not even an inclination of anyone who's been identified as one or all the offenders. But, there's a high-profile scrutiny on this case, so they have to take their time, make sure that every piece of evidence, potential or not, is well documented, well preserved. And, you don't want to give up too much information, because there may be someone out there that they have to verify and corroborate what they're saying is, in fact, only those who were at the scene or talk to someone at the scene will know. So you have to be careful of that.
When they say they've gotten DNA from the scene, what is it? Is that they find a soda can or something? Or, I mean, it could have been litter, right? It could have been anything.
It could have been anything near the scene that they were able to obtain DNA evidence. It could be from someone who was there earlier, but they have to take that and hope that it leads to something.
But it doesn't necessarily indicate that it was someone who was involved.
It could be a family member that was in contact.
What are the odds of them finding more security video? It looks remote from the video we're seeing, but is it, like you said, if they're trying to get away, are they hoping that someone will look for 3 people on some of these businesses, maybe as people are trying to flee, that they might still have a chance of seeing something on video?
I would assume at this point, with the high publicity in this case, and them asking for anyone and everyone that has video surveillance from private residences to restaurants, gas stations, cameras that the Department of Transportation in Lake County or Illinois might have up. So it's getting a little bit desperate at this point.
Well, John O'Malley, thank you so much for joining
Sure,
us
no
this
problem,
morning.
guys.
Thank you.